All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. We'll try to smooth those rough roads out. So I'm seeing visions of you, Popo. You're trying to project yourselves around me to fear me. That doesn't work, all of you, because I've never committed a crime. But you've committed a crime. All of you. So again, there's a lot of stuff going on. You know what you did to me. You know what's going on. You know you visited my apartment. You know you made me sick. No, there's no reason that you should do that. Bullshit, all of you. Again, the easiest way for this is for you all to do what you should have done years ago. Tell him to stop and pay me my money. I mean, even at this point, I don't even know if massage would make a difference. It may actually make it worse. I can't even get to clean my apartment. I can't even move 1 inch on this. I don't know what you all did. For all I know, you drugged me. So again, they lulled me into a false sense of security in Oklahoma, and I got rid of my trailer. And I grew roots. Then I came up here and I was doing okay. My health was back up, and then they started hitting me again. Agreed. They've been doing this for years. I went to Indiana, they did it to me. It looked like I was going to have a normal life. That's all it is. There's nothing else there. Again, they're psychologically torturing me, and at this point, physically torture me because they cause the pain. Right. To try to sexualize and force me into porn and into crime and other things. That's what they're doing. They use something. I recognize the symptoms, right, including the psychological symptoms. And no, I'm not crazy, but I can't focus like I could before. You're a bunch of sickos, all of you, and you'll end in hell. You'll rule the day you did this to me. I guarantee it when you all go to hell. But again, we try to break you all of it on this planet, and you wouldn't stop and won't stop, quite honestly. Because when you stop, you'll pay me. No, there's no waiting. You've got millions and millions and tens of millions and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. Every last one of you can contribute a little something and get it my way. In a day, I could be rich. 100%. And none of you would miss the money. You'd have a better life, I guarantee it. You'd have a better way to go, I guarantee it. No, they did this to other people, so they knew what the outcome was going to be. It was going to be pain. If they didn't let me get my massage, there was going to be pain. There's no such truth to Larry the sex criminal. It doesn't exist. But plenty of them are sex criminals, I'll tell you that. Then we saw that in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And murderers. Get the money to me as soon as possible. It'll go better for all of you. Not here to play that game, all of you. No, I'm in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Got no idea how it came on like this. Although I leave my apartment, I come back and the pain increases. See? Again, if I catch you in my apartment, I break your neck. There's some sick people. In fact, they make trans people out of regular people just so they can dump on them and dunk on them. I don't even know how you could put me out of massage knowing how much massage I needed. Right. I mean, they spent 2 hours just working on my body every couple weeks. Sometimes even a little bit less time. I do 3 a month. Spend all that money. Then you feel you have the right to screw it up and to try to sexualize me in the middle of it. Now, massage might work, but I really shouldn't do it here. The signs are that they made a deal because they got TB here. That's going to affect all of the massage therapists here. They're going to have less customers. Maybe it was already going on when I went in because they didn't seem like they had a whole bunch of customers. Although they get enough, I guess. All I was trying to do was stay well. That's it. And have friends and say hi to people and give people advice, and that's it. Get a wife, have a normal life, go to church, preach if I could. I was just in a church to be in a church. Well, eventually, once you get tortured enough in a church by the deep state, you just can't get to the church because you can't trust them. I mean, it was just amazing how well the Lord healed me when I got to New Mexico. Of course, I paid a lot of money for massage. I had gotten corticosteroid shots, plenty of them before I left. Right. But I was able to ride my bicycle, about 12 miles and stuff like that. It was amazing. A fat tire bike in Santa Fe, elevation and all that. And they thought they had the right to screw that up, to come in there, pay all those people, make all those people afraid, and then put that all into action. Well, basically, the inference was they made me out to be like a Ted Bundy. Right. Or worse. Meanwhile, the real criminals, they live in a life of Raleigh. Kind of wish at this point I'd have went out to Manhattan, stayed in that apartment. Had no idea you'd be this evil here. Even when I was here, I noticed the churches. I noticed the Messianic Jew church synagogues, I guess they call them. I figured there was something here. I figured I'd build my ark. So he attacked me for building my ark. They sneak in my apartment. They notice I'm getting forward on my ark, and they do something. I'll tell you what, I would have stayed in the extended stay if they were just had any size to them. Just a miniature room. I couldn't deal with that small space. I mean, it's pretty bad in my apartment. Don't feel like comfortable hiring somebody to come in here. I mean, it's not, there were mice, but that's not me. There's not, it's not like shit on the floor or anything. Right. I can't get well. They did something to me. So I think the day of or the day after of scheduling surgery, they came in and they did something here to show me they were in here. And then with another 2 days, I was sick. And it took me a while to figure out that I needed to get certain muscle groups released. So I was going to massages, but it wasn't doing anything. I have no idea what to do. I've been able to keep it at bay a little bit over the last few weeks, but it's back with a vengeance. I don't know if it's the weather. It could be, but again, I need my money and I need to roll on from here. You've all worn out yourselves. Yeah, I'm owed millions from many of you. Elon Musk probably owes me. Right. They're psychos, man. You have no idea how evil they all are. Again, I think there's hope for Trump, but I don't know. No, I never supported a boss in my life. So that's again how they do that. Oh, you support Hamas because you don't want to kill children. They call evil good, good evil. In fact, I woke Mossad up to what they're supposed to be doing. Right. There's a reason that we did that, or that they did that. Again, spirits are here with me. They did it the way they did it. Well, we had come out of the Holocaust, and it was not too far forward of that. It just, don't want to do anything to harm a child, or even the stranger or the widow. Right. Again, inside me is a lot of information from the past, explanations of what the psychological or the psyche of each thing was. Right. God bless you, sir. And that's why I tell Hamas, I would stand down at this point because I don't see a way forward with Hamas doing it. But again, don't curse Hamas. Bless them and heal them so that they'll be peaceful. And then maybe we'll get forward of it. Right. Well, I'd like them to lay down their weapons and walk off. And some of them are clean enough to probably, they can go and be with the Palestinian Authority, but, they need to walk away from Hamas first. Right. So again, I hope at some point we could try to maybe bring a deal together. You could even, if they'll walk away from Hamas, if they turn their weapon into Shin Bet or whoever receives it, you can set their life back up again. A civilian life, a peaceful life. I mean, we've done these things in the past in several wars and several almost wars and things like that. I don't know who's left in Hamas. You all do. Obviously, you know who almost everybody is now because they're up and out of the tunnels. Right. Thank you, Larry. But I'm sure there's plenty of them that are redeemable. Right? They weren't part of anything really, because But this is the problem when you do the bombing and all that, and the kids died, and they recruit much easier. I told you that. So a lot of these people were just recruited after the last go around the bombing. Right. may have lost a family member, may have lost everything they ever had, may have lost a child. The only time I engage in war is when it gets us forward, or it's the best course forward. Right. Thank you. I have every right to be angry at all of you. God actually healed me more than once. God healed me twice. And I was healthy again. And then they all came in, got in the middle of it. Again, they're willing stuff too. You can't let them around their victims. Well, I don't know what Kash Patel is going to do. I don't know if he's really real. He could be with these people for all I know. Until he is, that is. Thank you, Larry. But y'all got to get some money to me so I can at least, be able to feel okay that I get my life back under control. Right. It's going to take me some money to get out of the mess I'm in. Right. I don't know if I'm going to finish the ark, but at least I built it. Looked great. Or I built part of it. I could try, but I don't know if I'm going to get my health back. I mean, it was, it was there for a little while, like, a little bit of health. Again, I've been disabled the whole time. You're all attacking a disabled person with multiple disabilities. Thank you, Larry. I mean, if somebody told you I wasn't disabled, well, that's on them and on you. In fact, they tried to say I wasn't disabled, like I'm faking. I mean, it's this kind of bullshit that they egg one another on with. I'm probably the only guy that can get the Trump administration from point A to point B. I'll tell you that. You're a mess, all of you. Right. Trump's still disconnected. Now you might say, well, if you went to your truth, you'd probably see Trump more and you would think you're connected. So no, that's how it works though. Like if I actually put a photo of Trump up, like thumbs up or something, there's no connection. And of course, I'm not moving as many Trump photos at this point because there's no connection. Because these are signs of that. I bought a Walmart toothbrush. I don't think it does. Is it one of the ones? I swore I'd never buy one of these. Well, my other one, I need a head for it, and it's like $30. Does it actually go around in a circle, or does it go back and forth? I guess it goes in a circle. It's just not real fast, right? No, like now I know what the massage therapists were working on and how it kept me well because these areas are failing. She was not supposed to be in your life. I mean, this would have probably, I could have got to some point 4 years ago of having I thought this. I mean, we're talking about 2 years in Oklahoma, 2 years here, a year in Texas. Then another year in Oklahoma, and 7 years in Santa Fe. I mean, this is crazy what they're allowed to do. No, you directly attacked my life. Don't act like I did something to you. Maybe now something's happening because I cursed you for the last so many years. I blessed your children all those years. I blessed you all those years. Correct. I blessed the nation all those years. I led you forward on how to bless things. I led you forward on how to successfully operate things. So, not in the way you all do it, in the way that would be honest to make things work. While you try to sexualize me and you put me into pain and all sorts of shit. But, I don't, whether Kash Patel gets in there or not, I hope he does, but I'd like to see if he does something. But again, when you go into the records, you're going to see bullshit. So again, correct. So I don't know what you're going to look for. And again, if you're not careful, in 2 years you'll be beleaguered by all sorts of things when the Democrats take back over. Now, I don't know if they can. You may actually have enough of a lead and the future elections a certain way, but you still got to be careful. Not sure what that one investigator is going to do. Right. But he could be like Carville. He could just be pissed off. Right. Again, as long as he has a good life. They may have extorted him. Who knows? Right. They're not supposed to have this kind of way in anybody's life. And the people that you could articulate a case for, they don't do it to them. Right. I want to see if I guess this stuff's dry. Feels dry. I had very little sleep last night because I'm in pain. Like all these symptoms are coming back, and I know it's them. Right? They do something and cause all the symptoms. And they did it to me in Indiana also. It involves my stomach. Correct. They try to make it look like it's organic. Right. So no, I got out of this thing quite a few times. No, it's not. It's them. There's no doubt. Right. Now, there's a chance that I'll get better, possibly. It's pretty bad, but if I get to the corticosteroid and massage together, it might come around a little bit. Well, because if the muscles calm, because it feels like some of the muscles are grabbing, right? Nerves and stuff like that, just like before. So if I get it to calm down, it might relax. No, there's no reason for them to do this to me. One day turns into two turns into 10 years. That's how they do it. They're very sick people. Should have been destroyed a long time ago. Gone. Now, of course, I got a lot of massages, but it was only a matter of 2 weeks. That doesn't do much. Everything reverts pretty quick. So there is a hope. But again, I got to just give me money. I'll get some place to get massages, and then I could probably help you a little bit better also. Probably move some more healing movements. These people are multimillionaires and stuff. And there's billionaires in the mix. If I'd have gone to a different office in the Marshal Service, it would have been a completely different world. Had a normal career. Right. Maybe even moved on to another agency. Well, they kind of put you to sleep, like you accept the torture. Right. Like one time, I remember I was in my room. I think it was I can't remember. I think they killed John, right? And that girlfriend disappeared. And I was in my apartment. I wasn't going out. And then it like hit the spring or something, or maybe it was before that. I can't remember. And then there was just this voice like, "Get out, go, ride your bike." And then I went out, like with a vengeance, and rode my bike because something woke me up. Again, I was asleep. I didn't know what was going on. Right? They were shutting me in. Right? So I rode my bike about a quarter block, and I had a flat tire. So I took it to this guy to do some repairs to it real quick. I mean, honestly, I don't have a whole lot of time left on Earth. I mean, I'm not that sick, but I'm older. They took my whole life away because they wanted to. But see, to take your life away, they try to make you look like you're something that deserves it, quote unquote. I investigated their algorithms. I investigated everything they did. And they knew it. At a certain point, of course. But I didn't know their algorithms. I just knew they could move things online in searches and things like that. And they could sexualize you. It could make you happy, could make you sad. Thank you, Larry. Again, I'm the guy that told you about the algorithms. No, I'm not a whistleblower. We need to fix that. Anybody that thinks I'm a whistleblower should be destroyed. 100%. I mean, I was the quietest guy about all of it. I mean, I was in the Marshal Service and people used to talk shit all the time. I know what they're talking about. Talking about the deep state people. I didn't say anything. I walked off and said, "That's it." Now, of course, Jim Spicer said, "Yeah, good deal. They're going to let you," because he said they're going to let you retire. But it was a lie. 100%. So Jim says to me one day when I was living in his place, he said, "Okay, maybe it's time that, you move on and start your life somewhere else and all that." So I told him, after a while, I said, "My mother's going to come pick me up. I'm going to go to New Jersey." He said, "Peg told me you were going to Glen Rock." So I think to convince Jim believed that I was going to be near my wife and maybe we could get back together because, he knows I had tried. Right. So I think he was helping me by moving me on up towards my family. Right. But no, I was going on. So he was really surprised. Peg was his wife. She would work with the deep state. There's no doubt. Correct. Oh, darn, I didn't get no water. You need to move these people on. Well, if I had no pain, I'd be happy. I wouldn't mind having a poor man's life. And I didn't, because I'm with God and I took care of poor people and I healed people. Right. I mean, just based upon that, you should take me up and give me a decent rest of my life. Right. And I don't know how much people saw my stuff because I know I helped Saudi Arabia. They haven't done nothing for me because they did my stuff that I told them to do to survive, global warming, to survive, economic issues around oil. Right? If we actually go to electric vehicles, how to replace that income. Right? I mean, nobody's paid me. I mean, again, when you go to hell, you might hear this. I might play this again for you. Again, you can't stay above their stuff unless you have money. So the idea is you don't give somebody money because it's just a scam, right? 100%. That's why they don't let the person have money. Ordered some shoes. I hope they're the right shoes. I mean, it just went crazy at the doctor's office. I thank God for my insurance because they said, oh, they put a bunch of 5.4s on my order for my shoes. It means false flag. Trying to get the track, the order. Oh, there it is. Oh man, it's gave me a different delivery date than what I paid for. Right. Well, maybe it'll come sooner if they get it out tonight. Well, I was going to order these orthopedic shoes, and it takes 2 weeks to deliver them. I'm like, thought I had it licked, because I went to the podiatrist, and I'm like, what should I, what kind of shoes? And he tried to explain it to me, and I'm just like, I know I've used support shoes before, and they didn't work. So I'm still, like, what? But I found a couple pair of shoes that I wore in Oklahoma somewhat successfully. So I'm hoping they'll work. They're an old model, but they have kind of a nice wide stance and a flat bottom, and they really cup the heel. And they have this piece of plastic that wraps around the heel, so that probably is what made them nice. No, I've had pain the whole time I was here. It just, fluctuates, and now it's like way high. Plus, I can't sleep because I keep having gas when I'm sleeping. So again, the same symptoms as Amarillo. I mean, are they here? Thank you, Larry. Yeah, the rain could do some of it, but I had it without the rain earlier this month. I just have no idea why you let people get in the middle of people's medical treatment. They torture you when you try to go get medical treatment. But again, you have to wake up to it to even to begin to fight it, right? Because you're just your body's overriding your mind. You can't get to something like medical treatment. It's not mental illness. They're creating mental illness by torturing a victim. I've healed of all their shit so many times, the psychological stuff, the physical stuff. But again, I'm older now. My body's not, what it was, and that harms the psyche a little bit. I mean, they should be in prison, man. Should be under the prison. I'm just totally tapped out. I have no idea how to heal myself of this pain right now. I mean, a massage might work, or some, magnesium oil, but I just can't see which direction to take it. I did this for years, man. They think they're funny. Like I said, they did it to Fred Karp in the Marshal Service when right before I left. He was having trouble walking. They're sick pieces of shit. They'll end in hell. I mean, you really think about 20 years. And I know they're in your head, they're compressing that amount of time. 20 additional years after I leave the government. Actually, 21 at this point, right? Yeah. I mean, even when I had COVID, I had a vision on how to fix the physical disability, but it's kind of gone. Right? Which means they did something to it. Like, I didn't know it was going to fix. I just, they have to get away from me. You just move these people on and move them away from me and give me my money. Again, this is all I can tell you to do. You're going to make your choices. You made bad choices before, all of you. Again, it's nothing physical that I'm going to do, but God will do it. Again, the older I get, I've told you this for probably a decade and a half at least. The older I get, the more harsh the judgments become. The more pain I have, the more harsh the judgments become. But you need to pay me. Long overdue. You don't pay me, you'll suffer. If you have the ability to do it and you don't do it and you owe me, you'll suffer. No, this isn't why I'm suffering. I healed you all. I healed my enemy for more than a decade and a half at least. And of course, in my lifetime also. Right. Before I woke up also. No, it's the same shit when I was in the Marshals. They make up a bullshit case and they just kill you with it, saying they're investigating you. These are psycho people. I mean, extremely psycho. Right? They kill people and get off on it. All you had to do was stay away, and I'd have stayed healthy, and we all would have went our separate ways and had a good life. That's simple. It's not like you had to come and try to kill me all the time. Somebody paid you, I guess, because it looked like I was going to have a normal life, right? It's crazy for me to stay online? No, it's not. I know what I'm doing, and you should know what I'm doing by now also. Again, I know people in the Trump organization are part of it. And I know that because you're falling on your face. No matter what I do to help you, you're falling on your face, which means you're part of what's killing me. In fact, you owe me money. I was the genius that thought up the Truth app. But again, you may not know I'm even saying this. And they simply put all that there to like deceive me, like you knew it was me. Right? So you need to pay me. Every time I invoke money, it has an effect on all of you. It has an effect on the planet. When you pay me, it has a positive effect on the planet. There's probably a few other people you need to pay. So they may have slowed down my shipping. They did it before, and they put all the 5.4s in it. Right? It can't be that long, as long as they ship it today. Right? Coming from Texas. That looks like it should be. It said it was going to be on Monday or Tuesday. So hopefully it does. But it's just like an Amarillo. I couldn't get anywhere. Like I go to get inserts. Yeah, he's making custom inserts, but I still don't have inserts. So I got to sit around another 2 weeks. He described shoes to me. I can't figure out. I said, "Oh, I got my shoes. I'm going to order them." I go to order them. They don't deliver for 2 weeks, and I'm supposed to go to him with the shoes, within a week and a half or something like that. And I gotta do an MRI. I need to get rid of some of this pain so I can go do the MRI, or that's going to be very difficult. Right. Again, I've been disabled the whole time. Just because I'm walking around or carrying a piece of wood doesn't mean I'm not disabled. You're killing a disabled person the entire time. And you knew it, all of you. Now you'll see a talking point come up, but it's almost up now about how they're, disabled people, we're going to be hired or something. Right. This is what they do. They just create bullshit talking points to counter me or anybody being nice to me. Again, the othering. I mean, Mossad owes me money. Correct. Shin Bet owes me money. Pay me my money. And then I'll get up out of this mess and my life will normalize. After all, I was right about everything. And I tried to help all of you all those years do the right thing and figure out what to do with the Palestinians. So again, I didn't say I had all the answers. I didn't tell you it was going to be what the original plan was, if there was one. I simply said move forward on this so we can elevate the Palestinian people and their government to something more workable. And I think you all needed that. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? Right. Pay me my money. You owe me millions. I don't owe any of you anything. You all owe me billions, collectively. So I still praise the Lord for everything the Lord does for me. And the insurance, I don't know if something happened because, I was scammed by Blue Cross Blue Shield. And all of a sudden my insurance changed. And now it's like a really nice insurance. If Elon gets in the middle of it, we'll destroy him. Because it's a federal employee thing. Right. So we need to be careful what he's doing. He's going to destroy everything, watch. Right. Well, because people in the government don't have all the perks that Elon and his people get when they're coming up through the system. So, like, we might have a decent insurance plan. I mean, it's not cheap, but again, the government pays part of it. Right. Well, we're going to keep an eye on Elon. There's a bunch of people that are doing that. Well, he's going to try to move our money into his rocket ships. Destroy our insurance so he can have a nice rocket ship and have entertainment when it blows up. So I'm going to walk over to my mailbox and see if USPS got me something. Well, it's like my right side's almost normal, but my left side, it starts at the top of the back, so it doesn't make sense. Like if I could get the top of the back to be kind of normal, then everything else falls in the line kind of. So again, there's still a possibility, but it'd be a better possibility. Well, because if it's just the lower back, it usually doesn't have, like, there would be no connection to the upper back. Right. The upper back might just be reacting off of something irritating it, right? Which could be the lower back, because sometimes the lower back triggers the upper back to get tight. It's kind of a chain reaction. I really wish that but again, they around you. Oh, wait. Oh, you missed it. You missed it. All right. I had my Wi-Fi on, darn it. I had my Wi-Fi on. Yeah, so what I was saying is my upper back messes up my lower back, so it might not be unfixable. I mean, it might be salvageable, but it takes a lot of figuring to figure it out. Well, because when I get my upper back well, my lower back doesn't hurt as much or at all. So it's kind of, there was this procedure in Amarillo that I probably should have got. It was the first procedure. Like I went to the exact place I needed to be, but I couldn't see it, and I was so sick. And again, I go there, they start willing against it and psychologically operating against it. So I ended up in this chiropractor that couldn't help me at all. And he kind of badmouthed that guy, and I didn't go to him. So again, at a certain point, they cursed me in Amarillo, and the entire system that was built to save me in Amarillo was destroyed. Because I really do believe this procedure would have worked now. I just couldn't see it. Because essentially what he says is your lower lumbar gets kind of worn, and it triggers the nerves to tighten up your back because it thinks you're falling. So what they do is they take these two nerves and they cauterize them or something like that. Right? So they die for about a year or two, and you have to get it done again. But it essentially releases your back, and then you have normal life for a while. But I couldn't get to it. But again, it was them. If they were forced away from me, I would have been able to get to it because God was probably leading me there. I mean, the first procedure I looked at was probably it. And they pushed me away from it. No, this is going to go on. It's just going to go on and on and on and on. Again, even in the afterlife, this is going to go on. So get used to it. So you'll hear us in hell, believe me. God's already shown me what happens in hell. Again, you don't pay me, you'll hear about not paying me when you get to hell. Oh, sick people, man. Should have no way in my life. Zero way. I mean, they're telling women that I'm dangerous like Ted Bundy and shit like that. They're sick. Because they don't want you to have a normal life because then their plan doesn't work. Correct. Meanwhile, they're ripping off the government for millions of dollars to try to structure their own life to look normal. They need millions just to be halfway okay looking. Right. No, they're just into causing pain and killing people, man. They're psychos. They're not investigating anything. They're not going after the pedophile. The pedophile gives them a few dollars and they play a game with it. Right. So now they're willing me up to have sex somewhere because it doesn't work when I don't have sex. Right. Because finally somebody probably came along and said, what are you talking about? Guy's been here 2 years. He ain't done nothing like that. Oh, but before he did, we have a great authority from the liberals. Oh, we listen to liberals now? Again, remember, I asked you to pay me about a week ago. Well, different world about a week ago, wasn't it? Regular. No, I'm not greedy. You all know you're all greedy, and that's why you did it to me and did it to the others. All you had to do is let me live a simple life. Wasn't going after anybody, wasn't trying to really have sex with anybody unless we got married. Right. I'm not all of you. I don't have sex like an animal. So they come into Santa Fe claiming that I'm sort of somebody is dangerously or sexually dangerous, and then they go off and have sex with everybody that they said I might be trying to have sex with. I mean, that's really what happened. Go off and have booze parties, maybe even some drugs. They don't care if they're smoking reefer. Right. Now they're cursing me to die. And why are we cursing you to die? Because that's what you do. That's why you do it. Pay me my money. Are you that ed up that you don't pay me my money? You owe me millions, all of you. I've helped the Republicans. I've helped the Democrats. I'm the father of truth, actually, and the conservative news networks outside of Fox. Right. Get me my money. Why is it not here? Huh? No, this is how it works. Just to let you know, I expect it right now. Somebody should knock on my door, give me $1 million. That's what I expect. So it's not in this, oh, okay, maybe, he'll let us up tomorrow. Nope. Where's my money? To be some sort of letter from the government or a letter from somebody else or a letter from VA. They're trying to fear me now. They asked you all to stay away. I said, you took everything. I don't have a wife. I don't have a family. I don't go, you took the religion away. There's no place to go that you're not going to mess up. I said, just let me be and don't, let my health be. Told him that several times. Told him, if you mess up my health, things could get a little crazy. God wouldn't appreciate it. How many wars have we had since then? I mean, this all was controllable at one point. I could have stayed healthy the rest of my life. I found the treatment. I stayed with it, spent great money, tipped them fabulous. Or I guess maybe somebody like Trump could tip them better, but I tipped them, a respectable amount. Right. Respected them through the whole process. Right. Thank you, Larry. You need to move these people away from me, maybe even throw them out of your state, de-license them, whatever it is you need to do, and give me my money. I mean, it's ludicrous that you give them private investigator licenses. You know they're murderers. Isn't that nice? The state, just so you know what's going on, the state actually licenses murderers as private investigators. Well, because they're taking money from the sex traffickers and drug traffickers, and they need somebody to cover that over. They just lump it all together. So then the private eyes get to do whatever they want. Whoever pays them money, split it with a cop. Dirty, dirty, dirty cops. I don't even know if I'm going to sleep tonight. Well, who knows what they got into me. I'm sure they drugged me, believe me. I mean, we parted our separate ways, me and the government. Supposedly going to be a deal. It's accepted. You retire. And what was I going to do? I was going to become go into a religious society. That was it. And find a woman. That was it. But no, they had to mess that up, didn't they? They had to run around drugging me, didn't they? I'm sorry. All these years, I mean, it's just decades, man. So y'all will understand why they're going to hell, I hope. Why the planet's going to hell. Not here to play games, all of you. Enough is enough. You need to pay me. I'm sorry. Like now, I can see, because I got it released, what location in my back is having the issue. Couldn't see that in Amarillo. Couldn't see that all those years. Again, if you're being operated by these people. Well, I'd love to not have pain. I would pay back the world for not having pain. Right? But again, these people decided that they would cause pain. All right, so I'm going to see here where my money's coming out of. Trying to figure out where my automatic withdrawal for my loans coming out of. I think I know what it is, but okay, I can see it. Oh, it's coming out of that account. Right. I know where it's coming out. Coming out of a bank account. So again, if you stay out of my head, I can stay on my regimen much better and the pain is minimized. So you have to stop stalking me. Period. You have to stop them from stalking me. Right? What they're doing is they're blinding my mind so I can't see. So my brother injured his back, and now he can't clean up his place in Naples, so now he knows what I'm going through. Right. So he returned up north. I don't know if I would have went up north. I'd have probably stayed down in the warm weather. He was going to do some work on the apartment, like the condo. It's just a bizarre world. My mother would always go, and I didn't believe her. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to leave the condo to you, and and if you sell it, you got to split it with your brothers. But if you don't sell it, you can keep it." And I'm like, "Yeah, right." It's what I dealt with the last 20 years. Just a bunch of bullshit from everyone. You owe me billions in reality. Pay me something real. Thank you much. Thank you, Larry. But again, it's them. They do all sorts of shit to my mother and make her say and do things. But tomorrow's gonna be warmer, Kansas fans. Where are you at now?